So I usually don't get to talk about fun things on this show very often, like video games, movies, and television. So I should probably preface this conversation by saying, spoiler warning, if you have not seen Squid Games, I will be discussing spoilers that are pretty crucial to the show's plot. So if you plan on watching it, definitely don't watch this video or come back to this video after you've seen the series. Having said that, though, I want to talk about Squid Games because of somebody on the right's interpretation of this series. Now, when it comes to art, some artists will leave their art open to interpretation. They'll make it more abstract, leave it purposefully vague. Squid Games is not that. It's not one of those shows where you can kind of extract your own meaning from it. It's very explicit in its message. It is a critique of capitalism. I think that's pretty obvious if you watch the show, and the creator of the show, Hwang Dong-hyuk, confirmed this, saying, "I wanted to write a story that was an allegory or fable about a modern capitalist society, something that depicts an extreme competition, somewhat like the extreme competition of life. But I wanted it to use the kind of characters we've all met in real life." Now, Tim Pool, however, after watching the show, said, "You know what? I think the message actually is that it's about communism, and specifically the message is communism bad." Now, it's not like he didn't know what the creator of the show said. He knows that the creator explicitly is criticizing capitalism, but Tim Pool is going to have the audacity to say, actually, he's wrong. This is really about communism, when I think if you watch it, it's very obviously a critique of capitalism. Nonetheless, let's watch and see what he has to say, and then I will break it down after we hear from Tim Pool.
So I think Squid Game is... I don't think it's overtly political. Apparently, you were telling me, Gary, that it was like there's like a political message in Squid Game.
Yeah, the writer, at least that's what he said.
My takeaway from it was communism bad. That was my takeaway from it. Okay, so now I'm going to say this for those that are listening. Spoiler alert: if you haven't finished Squid Game, it's an awesome show.
Yeah,
I prefer watching it in the original Korean with subtitles. I think it's fantastic. With the dub, you lose a lot of that like reverb and like natural sound. It's kind of weird. So spoiler alert, I'm going to say it again. We are going to spoil this show to
Kingdom Come.
To Kingdom Come. There we go. Spoiler alert. So what was it about? You mentioned that the creator had said something and it was like...
The creator called it a fable for modern day capitalism, but also for life and the competitiveness of life. And that message, it's not subtle at the end. Which I won't ruin for anybody, but it's not subtle at the end. And that messaging was there, and some people can't get past it, and I understand that. But I thought it was a damn good story.
But what was the messaging? Like, what do you think the message conveyed?
Well, it's a cold and cruel system. There in that fable, there is no resolution except for at the end they create their own enemy, quote unquote. But that's what I got out of it.
All right. Just for context, okay, because those of you that are sticking around, even though we told you spoilers are here, I'm going to give you the quick breakdown of the show. It's a bunch of desperate people in debt, and then all of a sudden they get an opportunity to play in a game, but the game is brutal and you die in it. But if you don't, you win. I think it's like equivalent of US like $35 to $40 million is the translation. So it's like 45 billion Korean won or something. Now we're going to get into again, I warned you, spoilers. I think the whole thing is the perfect example of somebody who thinks they're opposing capitalism, but just makes communism and wokeness look really, really dumb. And the show ends up being, in my opinion, more anti-communist than anything. So one of the big themes in the show is that everyone is equal. They all enter the game as equals, and they're allowed to play as equals. And there's an arc in the show where it's like somebody violates the equality, and so they kill him. And they were like, that's the worst thing you could have done is strip the equality. But now, here's how the show ends. You've been warned. In this equal system, everyone dies but one person who gets all of the money. Okay, so that doesn't sound to me like capitalism. In capitalism, we recognize not everybody is equal. Not everybody does have an equal chance. We do want equal opportunity, but some people are poor and some people are rich. In this system, everyone is wearing the same clothes in the same room, being brutalized by the powers that ultimately results in one person having all the wealth and everyone dying. That is not capitalism. In capitalism, there's too much food. People are morbidly obese, and there are homeless people who are fat. In communism, everybody wears the same clothes. They have limited access to anything. They get garbage food every day. They're like, okay, the game's over. Here's the food you get. And they get trash. Yeah. And they're fighting each other because they're starving. That to me is an indictment of communism. And if this guy who made the show is actually like, it's actually capitalism that's bad, I'm like, it just goes to show this is a person who made a great show but was really dumb and didn't understand they were actually critiquing communism.
I don't think that the creator of the show is the dumb one here, Tim. I think that the dumb one is the person who refuses to accept that a popular television show that he likes has a political message that he doesn't like. And look, I kind of understand as a political commentator, if I was watching a movie that was very explicitly anti-socialist and pro-capitalism, I wouldn't enjoy it. I don't like television shows that I view as basically propaganda for the military-industrial complex. So I understand where he's coming from. It kind of detracts from the enjoyment if you're a really political person. Having said that, though, I don't twist myself into a pretzel trying to make it fit my worldview. This show just doesn't fit his worldview, and rather than accepting it, what we see here is cognitive dissonance, where he says, I actually think that communism bad is the message. No, communism bad was not the message, and even his co-host disagreed and said the message at the end, it wasn't subtle at all, but yet Tim Pool says, I don't really think it was overtly political. How? How do you not view Squid Games as overtly political and as an explicit criticism of capitalism? I just don't understand how you can be somebody who is savvy enough to have a political podcast that is incredibly popular, but not really be able to extract very obvious themes from a television show that's kind of really throwing it in your face. So part of the reason why he thinks that it is a critique of communism is because of the conditions of the game itself. He says that they're all wearing the same clothing and they're given shitty food. And he says they're fighting each other and they're starving. Right. But why are they fighting each other? Why are they starving? Why are they there in the first place? Because in the second episode, basically what happens is they all vote to leave, because one of the rules of the game is that if a majority of players vote to leave the game, they get to leave the game. But even after leaving the game, they come back because the conditions outside in a modern capitalist society are so brutal that they realize they're no better off outside of the game than they are in the game. And at least in the game, even if certain death is going to be the outcome, well, at least they have a small chance of making it, getting a lot of money so that way they can live a happy, normal life. That is not a message that is saying communism is bad. That is speaking to the ruthlessness of capitalism and late-stage capitalism, where these folks are so desperate, where they have so much debt, where they're so impoverished, that they willingly and knowingly go back to a game after escaping so they can play it. I mean, I feel like there's no way you can spin this. There's not even a little bit of room for interpretation here. It's very deliberately a criticism of capitalism. But he talks about how the condition of equality being emphasized, that really says something, right? Because in a communist society, you know, it's classless, it's moneyless, equality is the outcome. So my response to that, I don't necessarily know for sure what the intent of that was, but you have to think of it from the perspective of the rich people in the game. There's a lot of rich people who are betting on certain poor people in this game. So if the conditions are unfair, then these rich people are going to get incredibly pissed if they feel as if another player has a leg up on someone that maybe they betted on. But he kind of latched on to that element of equality within the game, and he said, that's it, right there. That's communism. I feel like it says something about you as a political commentator if you watch Squid Games and you don't view it as a criticism of capitalism. It tells me that you either A, fundamentally misunderstand communism and capitalism, or B, you actually do understand the differences between these two systems, but you feel cognitive dissonance, and you can't enjoy art unless it fits your worldview. And so you try to twist it. And that's kind of what I'm leaning towards, because look, Tim Pool, all the things that you'll say about him. He's a grifter, he's disingenuous, sure, but I think he's far more intelligent than the other right-wing grifters, and I think that he does know a little bit more about these political systems. So him saying that this is really a critique of communism isn't actually compelling. It just kind of makes him look foolish, especially if you've seen the show, because again, this is not a subtle message, as this co-host said. It's very explicit. I mean, if you watch this and the takeaway is, oh, wow, this convinces me I don't ever want to live in a communist society, then you're kind of weird. You're taking away the wrong message. It's a critique of modern day late stage capitalism and the way it leads people to kind of compete and fight against each other just to make sure that they have crumbs. That's kind of represented in the scenes where they are given portions of food that are limited. It's just everything about this show screams capitalism bad, but yet Tim Pool says, oh, it means communism bad. Okay, whatever. I mean, you're free to think whatever you want, but that's not the case, and you're objectively wrong in this instance. So whatever, if you haven't seen the show, watch it, and you will see why Tim Pool's criticism here is just so bizarre and off base.
Ideas. In recovery mode, my brain ideas. In recovery mode, my brain ideas.